All right, so it's about 10 of 9. We've got 40 minutes to the opening bell. And right now it feels like, kind of a slow morning. I'm in the green, 1200 bucks. So, slow and steady, base hits here and there. But it's been it's been kind of a uneventful week. We haven't had any really big movers except for EPIX, and that was a more of a grinder that was easy to borrow and then finally started to pull away, which I didn't end up doing well. Well, I didn't trade it at all. I sort of left it on the table. So that was a bummer. My schedule this week's been a little bit busy. I've had things I've had to do starting earlier. So I've really only been able to trade till at the latest, maybe 11:30. So, my window's been a little shorter and there haven't been as many opportunities in the window that I've had this week. But, that's the way it sometimes goes. So I'm glad to be green this morning. It's Friday. NUVL is our leading gapper. I made $1,000 on it. Squeezed from $25 to about 40. It's below VWAP right now. They have news. Phase 1 results, clinical data from a treatment they're working on, a cancer treatment. So that was out. All-time highs on it were 40. So we came actually 40.82. So we came very close to all-time highs, but we didn't end up breaking through that level. So we'll see if that has more potential in it. I think it could, but we'll just have to see. So I'm going to put that one up on a side chart for now. NUVL. Second leader, QNGY. Traded this one as well, but only $124 of profit. It's a cheaper stock, kind of a grinder, not really moving that quickly, so only small gains on that one. Third leading gapper, SPRC. Haven't traded that one yet. It started to pull away here. It's also a little on the cheaper side, has a couple big red candles on the daily. I haven't done particularly well in this price range, so I'm not super inclined to trade it right now. I'm just sort of holding tight. EPIX. Yes, I see it. Could you get a breakout? I mean, obviously $5 would be the level we would want to see break. I don't know. I'm not really sure that. I don't know. It has all things, uh, it's holding up. There's $4. So maybe we'll keep it on watch. Keep it on a side chart as well. Let's see. SLNA, I missed that one. Was that a cheaper one? Oh, okay. No, hospital. So big move on this one on light volume. Midday, all of a sudden starts with a halt up at noon. And it kept going. I imagine the spreads were big, liquidity poor, but that's a pretty big move. Yeah, would certainly love to get one of those. Looks like it was a SPAC, special acquisition company. Yeah, that would have been a nice one. Okay, so that was yesterday. Down 9% this morning. Put it on a side chart. Overall market pulling back just a little bit. Nothing too bad right now. I mean, we are in the very zoomed in. We're stair-stepping up. We're stair-stepping up because we popped up, we pulled back, and then we've moved higher. That's in the very short term. You pull back a little bit more. You could see maybe a little inverted head and shoulders with the head just being one candle. It's not a perfect head and shoulders, but this is a bear market rally. So coming back up towards, towards this level here of 400, we could see a little bit of a move back to that level. Back in August, we were above the 200. Almost seemed like, if we held that level, we were going to grind back up to the highs before the end of the year. But then we had this the higher inflation numbers, so we came back down. and we need to get back up to the 200. Yeah, IWM, the Russell 2000, basing off the low. You know, of course, 2020, for the most part, the Russell was flat, like pretty much all year in this range, but it was still a great year. So I think just the heat of the overall market helped it a lot then, helped the small caps that we were trading at least. Okay, so it's about 8:55. I'm going to watch news at the top of the hour at 9 a.m. Reminder for those tuning in on YouTube, in case you don't already know, trading is risky. My results are not typical, and there's no guarantee you'll find success whether you trade with me or you learn on your own. So you should manage your risk, practice this simulator before you put real money on the line, and take it slow. CYTO, that's a side chart, daily setup, reverse split. First candle to make a new high, maybe. Keep it on watch. QNGY. Coming down a little bit. Nice, Pierre. Good job. So some nice base hits so far this morning. Good morning, Hamong. Good to see you. Let us know if you have anything on watch. XXII for a swing. I mean, I'm. It's just that's not really my strategy, so I can't really. But I don't see a lot that's super interesting. You've got the 200 there at 180. QNGY pulling back a bit. Yeah, massive setback for Meta on the way down. Basically back to where their stock was priced 7 years ago. They have dropped in the ball. Twitter symbol is going to be gone. They're going to be going private, obviously. Top of the hour, 9 a.m. I thought it was 54.20 for the buyout. But yes, there is an opportunity, that some people would take to down here. It sold off to 53.75. With the buyout of 54.20, you could get 50 cents there of that arbitrage, but there is some risk with doing that. I mean, there's some risk, something can happen, but the likelihood is very, very low. Yep, the shareholders get paid. I believe it's 54.20 a share. So their shares will disappear and that cash will be in their account. You're not able to buy right now. Now it's halted. So it's not going to trade anymore. It's done. So the last price was after hours last night going into 8 o'clock, trading, 30 cents underneath the buyout price. Then that's typical. They don't, they usually trade very, very close to the buyout price, but not exactly at it. I took a starter on EPIX there as it curls up. This is a pretty significant breakout spot. Added at 57 on EPIX, and next add will be 65. I want to see if we get that surge right up towards $5. So just added there at 459 on EPIX. Next add is 65, and looking for that squeeze. There's 63, added at 64 to anticipate the break of 65. And now we're looking for the move on EPIX up towards 475. See how more volume's coming in? So watch this dip here on EPIX, added at 68 right there. Now it's hitting scanners. Traders are going to recognize it. They're going to say, hey, EPIX, this was hot the other day. And they're going to be watching the $5 level. Adding at 68 here, now looking for the break through 70 and then up to 75. So we've got 67 on the ask, 68. Taking $1,200 of profit on it to start. We'll let it pull back and then we'll add back. Seemed like there was a hidden seller at 68. Looking for a dip and then I'll add back. $1,200 is decent. Not as much as I wanted, but I'll take it for now. If you were holding Twitter, you'll get paid out. As long as it seems like the deal went through, so you'll get paid out. dip at 60 on Twitter. Sorry, EPIX. There was a seller or a buyer on the bid, 10,000 shares. So seeing that big buy order, jumping in front of it, adding at 60. Flat at 60. I think that was basically a break-even trade. Still watching EPIX. $5 is the level that needs to break. It hit the scanners. Reminded me that the float was a little higher, which was one of the things I was a bit cautious on. It is an inverted head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So the arm coming up. We'll need to see it break through 470. We are under the 200 moving average, so it's definitely got some risk there, but we'll see. It's definitely still on watch. QNGY has pulled back too much. High volume on that green candle on NUVL. High this candle 37. Added back on, look at that. No fill. Jumped my order. Jumped it. I put the order at 37. See that 18,000 shares? I saw that volume coming in. I jumped in. I tried to get in. No fill. All right. I'm not going to chase it though. So EPIX, NUVL, both on watch. About 22 minutes to the opening bell. For those tuning in, reminder that we are retiring Warrior Pro All Access in November, which means right now is the last opportunity for those on YouTube to become a Warrior Pro All Access member. And you're welcome to do that, and you're welcome to use the coupon code SPOOKY40. And you can check this out. There'll be a link in the description of this episode. Okay. SATX. It looks like a special acquisition company. that on a side chart in UVL. Watching over 37, 38. Did anyone trade SLNA yesterday? No. All right, so let's see. Come on. Any watch list for today? Ugh. None yet? Nice jack, EPIX. Yep, still on watch. Kind of thought it would get a little bit more attention. So I'm a little iffy on it now, but we'll see if it opens up. HTCR for Hamang. Yeah. It's a maybe. Over $2. And UBL, also a maybe for him. Okay, yep. I agree. Max, do you have anything you're looking at this morning? Chris is already in the green. It was about 1200. TEN? TEN? Not sure about it. Not super familiar with that stock. Nice, Doug. Good job on SLNA yesterday. Good work. NUVL, high short interest. Okay. So that's something to be aware of. Max is watching APIX and NUVL, but yeah, NUVL is a bit on the expensive side. CYTO, Jack, I like that one too. It's on my side chart. We'll see. SLNA. SLNA, if it breaks through 42, could be second day continuation, maybe. First day is always the cleanest, but second day is possible. And by the way, those on YouTube, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. And thank you all for subscribing to the channel. You guys make a huge difference by doing that. So thank you so much. NUVL added back there at 37.15. So looking for the break through 38. Watching for an ad up here. New order is at $38 on NUVL. There's 37.60. So we're starting to pull away here. This is good. Watching 37.75 on NUVL. High of this candle is 37.64. Added 37.05 there. Now looking for the break through 37.50. I'd like to see if this squeezes up towards 38. Holding 300 shares. I think this is one that has to break pretty quickly. So only holding 150, just unwinding it slowly. Small loss on it. Flat. Needs to pull away and squeeze real quick back to 40. Otherwise, I mean, too high. It's not worth it. Is there a shelf on EPIX? It's a good question. I'm not sure. All right, I'm gonna fill my drink. Ugh. Okay. So sitting here at $2,492. Must have given back a little bit on that last trade. I think I was at 25, but that's okay. 2,500. Close enough. Let's see. So we've got about 6 minutes to the opening bell. And hey, reminder, in case I didn't already mention, number one, trading is risky. My results are not typical. And number two, you should practice in a simulator before you put real money on the line. Don't try to blindly follow me or anyone else for that matter. Take it slow for those of you tuning in on YouTube. We're definitely in a little bit of a lull. We call that a slow. So, we're in a slow stretch, and I'm hoping that we do see some big movers. It's just been sort of tricky because when we've had them, they've been like midday. EPIX was midday, so I missed that big move the other day. SLNA was midday, so traders who sit around all day long certainly have, I suppose, gotten paid better than traders like myself who kind of come in and trade for 2-3 hours and then go do other stuff. But, doing other stuff is also part of diversifying your life, diversifying your income, not being just 100% stock. Because, as you probably already know, most of the traders out there who have become very successful do have multiple streams of income. And that reduces the pressure from trading. So when things are slow, it's like, things are slow, but, no big deal. So I think trading part-time is a good approach. Trading full time can work for some. But even for the very best traders out there, full time, you'll have it one year where full time produces X amount, and the next year where full time produces Y. I mean, you're just going to have different years. So to help buffer those variations that come with being, self-employed as a day trader, I think finding alternative sources of revenue is a good idea. And those almost definitely will end up cutting into your trading time. Unless you're just buying dividend stocks, but the problem with dividend investing in terms of ROI is that the amount that you get is so small relative to the amount of money it takes. Anything you could do where you're investing your time is going to have a higher ROI versus a dividend stock. But, it's just my opinion. SLNA has warrants. Okay. It's a good question, Jack. I'll have to think about that. NUVL on another little dip. So for those tuning in, reminder, we are retiring Warrior Pro All Access in November, which means this will be the last sale that you're able to use coupon code Spooky40 for the last time ever. Spooky40 you can use on Warrior Pro All Access. By being an All Access member, you'll have access to the chat room, all the chat rooms. You'll have access to the scanners. You'll have access to the breaking news feed. You'll have access to the classes, the mentor sessions, and everything else. In November, we're going to be splitting those all apart. So traders will be able to opt in individually to what they want. They'll obviously, the thing is, the all access is at a bundled discount. So if you said, well, I'll just sign up next month to just this one or two components, most likely you would end up paying a higher price per month than over the year to do that. We want to give people options, but at the same time, the bundles have always been the best deals. So I encourage you guys to check out Warrior Pro All Access before we retire in November. We've got about 90 seconds to the opening bell. So as we sit here coming into the open, I'm going to be watching. We've got SLNA, that's a possibility for continuation. SATX is a similar type of stock. Needs to get over 30 to be really exciting. NUVL, I like that over 40, but maybe back over 37.50 or 38 to anticipate the break. We'll see. EPIX over 5. So we've got some maybes for today. All right, so that's it for the morning show. Thank you guys as always for tuning in. I'll see you back here on Monday morning.